beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh! Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
No! I did not mean to do this. No.
You better well learn to love it.
You know what? I have learned to love it. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast. This is episode 1099. Yeah, I clicked the wrong button. I'm sorry. I got too many things to keep track of.
I don't know if we've ever
here.
had that one before.
Yeah, that's a new one. Hey, I'm always finding new creative ways to mess up.
I was confused about what was going on for a second. I was like, we're still in the intro. Did we get attacked or something? I thought there was an attack. I thought there was an attack on America.
You're right. It was an attack.
I was
Man,
worried.
how did you figure that out?
I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. So everyone, like the stream if you haven't already. Please give us a like. And I want to let everyone know that tonight, once again, immediately following tonight's episode, we will be going through Fan Fiction by Brent Spiner, his memoir that sounds a lot like it's about the time he was stalked by Gail Kortschuler in the early 90s. And most of the cast members from Star Trek The Next Generation play themselves in the story, and it's pretty interesting. Patrick Stewart showed up in the last one.
Even if it's not directly about Gail, there are so many parallels, and there's so many insights to how the rest of the cast is aware of Gail, and they almost are interested in Brent's little crazy fan quarrels.
They all know about it. That's for sure.
Yeah. It's wild.
Patrick Stewart was surprised it wasn't him that got the crazy stalker first.
Yeah.
It's getting better. It's getting better and better. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss our live reaction to it. Sign up, link pinned in the chat, and it's down in the description under support us, patreon.com/DP. Sign up. It helps support the show. It helps keep things going, and we've got a lot to go through tonight. Also, there's our other sponsor that we have right now. You can use coupon code PEASANTS, link in the description for Vance Global. Get 20% off your entire order. Help support the show. Get yourself some amazing products through Vance Global. Delta 8, that kind of stuff. Check that out. Link in the description.
Yeah, and if you're a woman and you're postmenopausal, make these your new feminine products. They make you happy.
They do. And they do make me feel feminine, so maybe you're onto something.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a look at some interesting stuff that I was not aware of that you sent to me.
Yeah, this weird guy.
The weird guy. His name is Josiah G. Mizukami.
He wants to start a new religion. It seems
he has kind of a small channel. The videos I saw, he has like 500 subscribers, and the videos I saw maybe got a couple thousand views. Some of them came out 6 months ago, but it looks like they're starting to get attention now.
Yeah,
and his views on Incense and PDF files.
Yeah,
we will refer to these topics as incense. You know, like the stuff you burn, the sweet smelling stuff you burn, and PDF files.
The stuff your stepsister burns when she gets stuck in the dryer. That's that type of incense. And the PDF files are like the different sorts of Jareds, but whether they be Subway or Genesis.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to get into those in just a moment. I will ask one more time that you guys do us a solid. And that means like the stream. And you know what? before we get into this stuff, I'm going to give Egghead the floor for a moment and allow him. I'm going to play his promo here before we get into that other stuff. So here that is. This is for Actual Mania happening on Halloween night. This coming Halloween. Another great Patreon perk from DP. We're so generous to all of you. Thank you for supporting us. Is this one of the Harlem Globetrotters at Egghead's house?
Possibly.
Halloween's coming very soon. I will destroy you at Actual Mania. And in the end, when the dust settles, I'm going to take that pathetic excuse of a championship and I'm going to burn it.
You know, I think I've just discovered who's been making dirty phone calls to me.
Who is it?
Egghead.
Oh, I thought it was one of the Harlem Globetrotters.
Head of the fires, there will be only one king. There will be only one king in Actual Mania. All hail the king of cringe. See you soon.
All the king's horses and all the king's men will not be able to put the cringe back in the shell once that egg is cracked. Egghead has cracked. You silly little cringer.
Yeah, so, here we go. We're getting into antagonism. Here it goes.
Sorry to people who didn't get a trigger warning before that. You will have nightmares.
I should turn off the goddamn internet.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. DP, are they going to touch me?
All right. So let's check this guy out. This is his first video on Incense. Nag Champa, I believe.
Aloha and welcome back to The Purpose. In this episode, we will be talking about incest. Now, this episode is entitled The Truth About Incest. Of course, there's a lot of different people on this planet. There's an infinite amount, you could say, actually, because of the physics, of course.
Did he say an infant amount? Oh, that's the next video.
Yeah.
Of course, and the facts.
And there's not an infinite amount of people. Like there is a finite amount of people.
Zoom in
especially
forever.
a finite amount in your family.
There's a lot of people, but not
infinitely
infinite.
in one space and see the same beautiful, glorious physics and mathematics. So for all of the people listening to this, of course, we are all connected in the entire universe. You could say we're all part of the same organism and one. You can also see the similarities of our familial relation. Now, incest, by definition, in short, you could say, is having a type of sexual relationship with a family member. The truth about incest is that every relationship that is sexual is incestuous.
Okay. So I get what he's trying to say. All humans are in some way related to each other if you go far back enough. Therefore, every relationship between humans is incense.
No, I'm going by the King Cobb's rule. Third cousin is fine. Anything else is sicko behavior.
Well, that's kind of how the law works. There are some states that allow first cousins. No states allow like brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, children, parents, that kind of stuff. But yeah, first cousin is as far as it goes in some states by the letter of the law.
You look at it from the actual physics and the actual mathematics, the actual biology and the chemistry of the universe and who we are. Even if you were to just take a temporary, short type of measurement, like of Earth right now with the human race. Every human being on this planet is related. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Well, okay, so let's keep those human relations third cousin or beyond, okay?
Yeah.
Okay?
We're also related with all of the life forms on this planet.
That is
This has
also
been
true.
Genetically
So as you say that incest is cool as long as it's with any living being, including Sasquatch and your neighborhood mongrel? What is he talking about?
proven to another degree scientifically. You can enjoy different shows like Cosmos: A Space-Time Odyssey and see.
He acts like it's all one plane of being related, but the key is closely related and distantly related. Like, we would prefer that people reproduce with people that they're distantly related. If everyone's related, like assuming your theory.
We've seen that coagulated royal bloodline. You know, that there's a reason they got the Habsburg chin, and half of them run around looking like Quagmire. It's not right. It's proof is in the pudding. When you got these, I wonder how it worked with like Attila the Hun when he was conquering all of Asia.
That was Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan, shit. I knew I got the name wrong. Genghis Khan. You think there was any weird inbreeding off of that?
It was way more common back then too. When there wasn't like mass transportation and most people lived within their own communities and barely left. It was way more common. Like people in tribal society too. It was like, and when you're talking about small isolated populations, that type of behavior is more acceptable because it's literally a small isolated population, and usually those types of people are like non-contacted tribal people and that kind of stuff.
Because this guy seems like he wants to have 23andMe buy out the Tinder app.
That's what he wants.
It's weird.
Different types of information like this, which is one of the beautiful parts of exploration. Our genetic connection is just one type of, you could say, scale in what you could call infinite reality. We're all related. It even goes farther than the genetic code in that type of common reference. We're related to every particle, every electron, every boson, every atom, every planet, every galaxy. The entire universe is all related.
Yeah, but if the sun was my son, I wouldn't bang it.
So when people talk about something like incest, of course you want it to be something that's enjoyable. You want to have fun with it. You want to get excited if that's what you want to do. You want to be peaceful with it. You want to appreciate it. You want to love it for what it really is. And we can see how in so many different types of literature and writings and different types of experiences, how people have had ancestral relationships and very close types of equations, where people have had relationships, you could say, between son and mother.
Yeah, I can't see pretty much any circumstance where that would be okay.
But if my mom's watching right now, call me.
Oh my God.
Between brother and sister, between step family members, step brothers and sisters and so on. You can also see historically how many members of royalty in Earth...
Like I could see like step siblings whose parents got together when they were already adults and they didn't grow up with each other or know each other before their parents got together. That's acceptable. There's no mixing. There's no like genetic like mixing there.
Yeah, I mean everything is acceptable if you're sick enough. But I want to know where the sicko line is.
He started off with mother and son.
Yeah.
So there's almost no circumstance where that would be acceptable.
Yeah, you don't gotta just because you came out of that hole doesn't mean you could go back into it.
Right.
The weird thing about America is our fascination with step sibling adult videos.
No, well, they put step in there to cover their ass. Because a lot of these websites won't allow it, even if it's fictional, to be between related persons. So they put step in there to make it
step brother, but it's huge
for
all
TOS
over,
stuff,
all over the hub and stuff.
So with
huge.
So with the non-step thing, but a lot of these websites don't allow you to even suggest that it's that because it's illegal in a lot of circumstances. So even if it even if we know that the participants are not related at all, just the suggestion that they're doing something illegal on video is kind of a problem, So a lot of these websites like Pornhub have like a TOS against that, so they bypass it by putting step in there. Just like if they put like teen, they'll make sure that they put like 18 plus in like like right next to it.
History for humankind, mankind, you could say. You could also say womankind, where people in royalty, positions of royalty have actually had incestuous relationships.
Yes.
And found it as common practice in many.
Yeah, and it spread some very undesirable genetic traits like hemophilia.
And sausage fingers amongst the king.
Ways. Now, there are actually historical references of downsides to harmful choices, of course, but that is not incest in itself. So if someone ever wants to know...
I would say incestual reproduction is the most harmful part of it, and then obviously if there's like abuse, but like a power dynamic between a parent and a child, there's definitely that's a bad side of it too.
I think the most acceptable sicko incense would be like twin sisters. That's still sicko, but it's probably the most acceptable form of sicko because they're twins and they're also not going to reproduce.
They're not going to reproduce, yeah.
About incest.
I don't know about the other part of it.
Still sicko.
With a question, or you come across an article or an experience where people have actually connected something negative or harmful with incest, you can know for a fact that it is not the incest in itself. So what is the harm? Where is the harm coming from? Well, we can see there's different types of literatures, different types of communications and records of people experiencing different types of harmful reactions, you could say.
So it's the harm is how other people react to it?
Harmful choices, like a harmful state of existence. Things where people have connected certain things, like, say, being... there's so many different types of diseases, that are connected to harmful choices, and you can look them up as well. There's just a long list of different things, like what people have called inbreeding, like having children in a close type of relationship where your genetic pool is actually very limited. Now, we can see that it's actually not the genetic pool itself either. It is the harmful choices that have led to something like a weakness in your genetics.
Where's the science behind this, Papa? If you're gonna try and sell me on incense, all right, you're gonna have to give me like a pie chart or something. Show me the metrics. Where the hell is your PowerPoint presentation? You can't just make these claims. You can't tell me the universe is made of the same particles your sisters are, and then expect me to accept the fact you want to bang your sister.
Origin of all life is absolutely impervious to danger. It's absolutely healthy. It's absolutely loving. It's beautiful. It's perfect. You can say the origin of all life. You can say the purpose of all life. And you could say the ability of all life is perfect. And that is an absolute truth. It's provable in all...
Yeah, this is like pseudo-religious talk here.
Yeah.
Religion, all science, all fact.
I feel like he's about to pull out a banana and put his hand around the banana and be like, God wouldn't invent our hands to wrap around bananas if bananas weren't shaped like our brothers' penises.
Well, God wouldn't have allowed us to wrap our butts around bananas, too.
Yeah, what is up with that, God?
Yeah.
Why does everything fit so well in a banana hole?
And then you can see, of course, where the harm is coming from. The things that are different, things that are contradicting to the core architecture and the perfect systems. Perfect systems like being completely loving, completely honest, completely harm-free.
I don't know if this harm-free thing is going to be acceptable when you're saying things like mother-son.
Almost nothing is completely harm-free.
Yeah, mother-son is definitely a power dynamic that we should not be crossing beyond your perfect, what is this, your sacred geometry of incestuous behavior?
Incestuous. Yeah, even like a situation where, someone was adopted and then when they were an adult, they met their mother and then hooked up with their mother.
My mom texted and said, "Such a nice looking young man." I think she's talking about the guy on the screen. But then she says, "Oh shoot," and does a vomit. I hope she wasn't talking about me. But the vomit emoji cleanses you of any of this, Mom. Thank you for not calling. That would have been creepy.
That is where the problems come from. Now, part of these problems historically on this planet, which I'm looking forward to it no longer being a problem on this planet as soon as possible, of course, being as optimal and conscious and aware of how limitless the goodness and the power of energy.
Hey, what if this guy was the next Hale Bop? And all the
he's the next Comet.
I'm just saying, wasn't that the
Heaven's Gate?
Heaven's Gate. Was it Hale Bop they followed?
It was a comet. That was the name of a comet.
Were they following the Hale Bop comet though?
Yes.
Yeah. So what if he was the next Heaven's Gate, and all the incense sellers and PDF peddlers all followed into that comet together? Wouldn't that be wacky? Wouldn't that be wild?
Is in the universe. It could be right now as I share this motivational and truthful and honest video with you, and this would be part of it. These types of sharings of nomenclature and fact and truth and love and understanding and appreciation and clarity are part of what clarifies things, what spirituality is all about, what science is all about, the goodness, what genetics are all about. And recognizing these truths, we can see that harmful choices, like, for an example, being fearful or being a judgmental in a harmful way, like misjudgment, like being accusatory in a way, accusing somebody of doing something harmful when they're not.
Okay. Yeah, maybe people are quick to judge.
Yeah, sure.
But in this case, when you're talking about incestuous relationships, son and mother, and how perfect it is, I don't think it's that quick of a judgment. I think this is one we've thought about over generations, and we've become accustomed to saying no, not good.
How that is harmful in itself. Like misjudging in the form of having hurtful feelings or harmful feelings towards someone because they have a different lifestyle. That could be harm-free in itself. We can see how many people in so many different types of relationships have helped lead this country and this planet and this universe to a healthier place, from a place of being misjudged by other people. We can see this through different types of examples of existence and cultural beliefs and so on. And we can be thankful and appreciate and love the people who have stood up for the righteous goodness of all people.
So the harm in incestuous relationships is the people judging them, is what he's saying. Has he levied any harm towards the dynamic of the familial, like mother? He was championing the mother-son line. He's literally saying the only thing wrong with this is the judgmental looky-loos, the finger pointers.
Yeah, that's it. People are just too judgmental about it.
Themselves and each other in a way that did not hold them back from doing what they love most. Like coming out if you're in a relationship with a family member, to share your experience and how perfect it is.
It's his National Coming Out Day this week, isn't it?
He's turning it into like... turning it into like a sexual preference is what he's doing.
Yeah, it's how perfect it is, he says. I don't think he understands what the word perfect means.
Set a good example with your relationship between a father and a daughter, if that's what it is. So long as there's no harm, there's no foul. And that's the truth.
I don't like that. I don't like that catchphrase at all. As long as there's no harm, there's no foul. I call foul ball, dude. I don't care how much grass is on that field. You get away from home plate. You get away from home plate.
That we are all related. So that's the truth about incest. Please, make the right choice. Be open-minded in a way where you accept all of the good, appreciate it, recognize it for what it is, and that you do not create harm yourself.
No.
Do not harm yourself or others. Please do not weaken our universal family's powerful flow of good energy by being judgmental in a way that is harmful. Of course, every thought you have, everything you see, everything you do and experience is part of you making wonderful judgments in a way of how you experience it. Make good judgments.
He talks in so many aerobatic fashions. It's very interesting.
Did he at once explain how it was perfect?
Yeah.
Or are we just supposed to believe that it's perfect? He talked about everything being made of stardust, and that was the closest explanation he said to it being perfect. Like, literally everything is made of that space dust, my dude. If being with your sister is perfect, then letting a Buick Skylark drive up your ass is also perfect.
That's where the saying,
and I think that's
judgment
harmful,
comes from. Do the right thing.
Don't knock
it's
it till you
really
try
wonderful. Share it. You know, have that wonderful love. Flow that chi with your family members. Of course, nothing awkward, nothing harmful, nothing fearful. Just love.
I wonder if he's been crashing at the Seed, a conscious community.
Does he understand that it's all awkward? How does he say nothing awkward? This whole thing is awkward. Your rationalization, it does not bridge any gap. Like, I don't understand at all how this is perfect. And that was the impetus was on you, my dude. You're the one trying to tell me that we've got it all wrong. I don't see any logical connection from incense to perfection.
And honest, strong, natural, perfect, like you were meant to be.
All right, so this next video is the follow-up to that video.
Aloha, and welcome back to The Purpose. I'm Josiah G. Mizukami, and I'm here to help share how the universe works. Every detail, every principle, every fact, every single type of mathematical equation and scientific relation. You could say the religion of it all. The universal and original religion. This episode, we will be talking about pedophilia. And
he's so nonchalant.
After that last video, I hope there's a little more math that he brings up here. His math has been non-existent. 1 plus 1 underage does not equal 2. It equals like 25 to life, I heard. Well, it depends on
the truth
how much harm is there.
About it. The truth about pedophilia is that it is really subject to all of the details of what it is exactly in full context. Like incest in our previous episode, pedophilia in itself is completely righteous.
Man, you know how many Christian like pastors, youth pastors, try to make the word righteous cool? I think they might have got it. They might have got it into a Ninja Turtle episode, and that's the closest righteous has ever been to being cool.
I'm viewing the Righteous Brothers in a completely different way now.
Oh, true. I forgot about the Righteous Brothers.
Please like the stream, by the way.
It is harm-free.
Not if it's acted upon.
Yeah, the development of a child's mind. There's so much you can do to harm it outside of this sicko stuff.
Right.
If you're not careful.
Right.
Let alone impressing your fantasies onto an undeveloped mind. That's all harmful, my dude. I'm sorry.
Pedophilia in itself is something that we all have naturally in our core architecture.
Speak for yourself.
Appreciation, love, a type of reaction, a chemical reaction. You could say something that is connected to flowing positive energy from one person to another. As one organism, of course, we are
Yeah, that's
one.
what hugs are for, dude. Like, hug your kids, okay? Don't hug other people's kids in a creepy way. If you're like an uncle, okay?
The
Get a
Biden hug.
As individuals
The
in this
Biden
democracy,
hugs are a
we are
little sicko mode for me.
Little sniff?
A little sniff. That's a little sicko mode
and we
to
are
me.
family. We are meant to love each other. Of course, sharing affection is something that is beautiful.
Yeah, is Mr. Girl going to interview this guy? Like, I feel like that's right up Mr. Girl's alley.
I don't think this guy has the level of clout.
He has the level of conversation.
Something that every healthy person does all the time in different ways, even if it's in ways that you can title simply like appreciation. Things like respecting people, things like honoring people, things like having the best interests in people. We can see how different types of spirituality, different types of religious doctrine, different types of cultures and belief systems have shared wonderful, true knowledge, innate knowledge, like talking about karma or talking about chakras, talking about energy points.
Okay.
And how we could see that flowing, beautiful, natural energy would flow beautiful, natural, and loving energy to everyone.
Okay, he started out with like respect and stuff, and showing respect. Then he moved into the chakras and shit. Is the next leap going into overdrive with PDF file? Is that his next leap? He went from like some reasonable shit to some questionable shit to now unreasonable. It's kind of
like it's kind of like his last video.
Children as well. So what is the difference with pedophilia and something that, of course, we would not want to do? Well, of course, it would be if it's harmful. Now, we can see on Earth, and of course, I am always going to be straightforward and completely comprehensive with all of you. There are types of actions that are harmful. Now, it is not exactly the pedophilia in itself. It is things that are abusive, for an example, like predatory behavior. Predatory behavior, abuse, like child abuse, that is wrong. That is harmful. And those types of things should not be allowed. Nobody on this planet, when aware of someone suffering or someone...
One could even make the argument that the people who have these sort of afflictions, that in of itself is harmful to them. It's harmful to their mind.
Yeah, he's over here saying that being predatory is inappropriate, and now he's going to redefine what predatory is.
Like being a sicko can be harmful to the sicko in many different ways.
It could sure be harmful to the sicko if they're being a sicko around me.
One being taken advantage of in a harmful way, anybody being predated on, or anybody being tortured or raped or molested should sit down and allow it. That is part of being guilty of it. That is part of being an accompaniment to the crime, you could say. So it's good to know the difference. And that is one reason.
So the difference is as long as you're good at grooming, it's okay, is what he's saying? As long as you condition the child to think it's okay? No, it's not how this works. It's not how this works at all. I think that it's predatory to teach a child if they don't do something you tell them to do, they're going to go to hell. And at what point do you now tell this child that it's okay for you to engage in a deplorable relationship with them? Fuck this guy so deep with a stick.
Reason why I am sharing this video with all of you, to help restore your natural godship, your natural power,
your
to
natural
understand
godship.
the difference. And
is that like the Church of Gale?
To not weaken yourself by restricting your love out of fear. If you love someone, which you should love everyone.
Is this the Jared video just put like way more eloquently at this part? Because he's like, if you feel a spiritual connection with somebody.
They really have the similar viewpoints on all of this.
You would do what is best for them. You would flow whatever energy is positive naturally. And this could be with people of any age, from people of any age.
What do you mean by flow in energy, though?
We can see this historically.
A spiritual connection. From 8 to 88.
Religiously.
14 to 88, like Jared said.
Like the enjoyment of, say, cuddling a baby. Like kissing your child.
But that's not sexual.
Like hugging your sister or your schoolmate. You could see any type of touch or affection or natural love or even in a conversation.
Not any type, Papa. You can't just go from very innocent, simple, caring things to then drive in this idea that a sexual relationship is equal. But I see adults that have intersexual relationships and their minds aren't developed enough to accept them on both sides. The power dynamics in a lot of adults are off. You want to bring a fucking kid into this? Get out of here.
You can have that beautiful, beautiful type of relation. Pedophilia is no different. Now we can see how there have been examples on this planet where people have actually done generalized type of responses to address problems that have existed and that people have chosen historically. Like, for an example, setting certain age limits of consent for sexual relations. Now, of course, we want to recognize the good intent in these types of actions. The truth and the optimality of what law is and what the core architecture is very simple. As long as there is no harm, there is no foul. And that's how...
That's not always true.
This catchphrase needs to be put to rest.
Yeah, like if I stood on the freeway overpass and dropped cinder blocks like out onto the street and just never happened to hit a car with them, there's still a foul there.
And your perception of no harm, all right, that's your perception of you not seeing harm. But you don't know the development problems you're giving to a person, even if they seem to be in your mind consensual. It's you're planting seeds of horrible just mental problems in the future. When they look back on what you were doing before they were able to develop a discernment of what was going on. And then they deal with that for the rest of their fucking life.
Josiah G. Mizukami. He lives in Hawaii, I saw.
Beautiful it is. People should not keep their relationships secret out of fear, for an example. If you are older or you are younger, I can vouch for the universe and for God's core law.
He's the representative of the universe.
That as long as you love each other and it is consensual, and there is no harmful types of practices that are influencing the person's decision or your abilities to be together, right? It is harm-free.
My guy's over here trying to play a Charlotte Gainsbourg duet with her dad on some lemon incest shit. Like this is not how most relationships, incestuous relationships go. Maybe every once in a while you have a weird PDF file, weird thing that doesn't develop into a lifelong problem. Maybe. But I think more often than not, you look what happens here. You see every episode of My 600-Pound Life. These little fats were like diddled as kids, and it's literally put them in a flesh prison for the rest of their fucking lives because they have to deal with this shit. Time and time again, we see people who go on a life path of destructive behavior because somebody took something from them when they were too young to realize even what was taken. And this guy wants to see her with a straight fucking face. There's a reason we have consent laws. People like you and your weird new religion perspective. This guy's really trying to put it as a worldly religion. This is the perfect math of the universe and the cosmos. Bullshit. This is why we do crusades. This is why we stop people.
Of each other. I support it. I respect the law. The true law. And you could see that as long as there is no harm, no foul, it also applies to not enjoying yourself the way you should. To not having those relationships that you want to have that are also mutually wanted. Like Romeo and Juliet, there should be nothing that keeps you apart, so long as it is harm-free. Now, if there is something harmful happening, we as a unified family, as one race, as one organism and network and one tree of knowledge and goodwill, should do what is most practical.
My bad. I didn't realize he had a tree of knowledge and goodwill to fall back upon.
He does.
I thought he was just making the choice himself what was harmful. I didn't realize there was a tree of knowledge behind him. Everything I said earlier Take it away. Star Spang Lou. Welcome to the Patreon.
Wow.
25. Bang, bang.
Star Spang Lou.
Cool. Share the truth. Share the core knowledge. Share your feelings wherever optimal. Do things like what I am doing right now to share clarity.
Leslie added a chat says he borrowed the tree of knowledge from the Seed.
Yeah, he was hanging out at the Seed. It's it's a conscious community.
Why does my guy seem like he would build a little yurt in her
This is sounding dirty. Build a little yurt.
He's trying to put up a little hurt yurt. Not cool.
That lovingness, that acceptance, that understanding nature, that we can do so much better if anyone is doing harm at all. And we can do so much better even if there is no harm at all. Infinite physics, infinite purpose, infinite space and dynamics, infinite energy to do good all the time, better and better. And that's so wonderful about this. All of you, if you'd like to share your relationship with me, if you'd like to share a relationship that's with a younger person or an older person.
Pause. Maybe this guy is actually just honey trapping. Because now he's asking to share the relation. Maybe he's CIA. He's like, hey, if you want to share with me, boom, book him, Dano, lock him up. That's maybe he is a glow. Maybe he glows in the dark over here. Maybe. That would be best case scenario. Unfortunately, we have to assume he's serious and question why he is allowed to exist in this world.
Hopefully he doesn't have like a compound or something like that.
Yeah.
Does he have any follow? Probably not, because his social media reach is like almost nothing. So I don't think this is taking off. He's not winning many people over.
He only has to win over the ones with influence, right? If there's a businessman out there that wants to go to a Hawaiian retreat to have a party, he can give this guy. Do what we eat every day. Fluoride, thank you. We're on the second show of the week, and we are at 4% of our goal. So all the love helps, Fluoride. Put it in the water, Fluoride.
Or you have a loving relationship where the laws in your country or the laws in your religion or in your jurisdiction or your town or community do not support the harm-free love that you have with another person, please share the experience with us. I'm here with open arms, and that is something.
I'm here with one open arm. My other arm will be doing something else. Right, buddy? That's why. Can you share that with me a little slower, please?
I was wondering why somebody had to mop the confession booth.
Right.
Something that can light a way for so many more people. Imagine if people were persecuted and you did nothing. What a travesty.
What are they being persecuted for? That's the first question.
What a weakness that would be.
What a weakness.
And I will not be one of those people.
Yeah,
I'm here to help share the light.
You'll be one of the people trying to spread love to non-consensual beings.
Fuck Shakos. Tubes.
For real, Fixel.
By the way, guys, this is our second show of the week. Our next one and final one is on Thursday. That's our bonus show. So we're not doing a show this Saturday. We would really appreciate it if you could help us out and help us get somewhere with this goal. We're like not even 10% of the goal. And we're like, getting close to like being to the halfway mark of this show. So, if anyone wants to throw us a couple bucks, we'd really appreciate it. Link in the description.
Everybody's asking if it's going to be the final episode of all time.
No.
Just of this weekly cycle.
Right.
We're going to have our third episode on Thursday. Thursday.
What? Yeah. What did I say that indicated it was going to be the last one ever?
I don't know, but multiple people questioned.
God, man, guys, come on, learn.
The truth, the absolute knowledge of how all things work in the entire universe and what our core architecture and principle and purpose is. Share the love, the aloha, the Holy Spirit, the Southern comfort, not the alcohol, of course. No alcohol. I don't drink
What the hell does he mean by Southern comfort?
Comfort down south?
Is he suggesting that all the plantation owners were also not just inappropriate with their slaves, but their children too? What's going on here?
Do anything harmful like that. Share this video, skyview.design, j@universalconsciousness.net. We'll be talking about everything that exists and in the right context for the right reasons to help move this entire planet into a state of prosperity where no one is left for want. No one is misjudged. Nothing is miscalculated, and there is nothing that is harmful.
There's plenty of harmful things. Guy's out of his mind. He's crazy. He's messed up. I'm not a fan. Disliked, unsubscribed. Fuck him. So there's that. You guys let me know what you think in the chat and in the comments section if you're watching this after the fact. What do you think of his take? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I assume most people dislike it. I'm just reporting someone in our chat who was highly inappropriate. Don't need this. Don't need this right now. All we need is love and happiness, and not Josiah G's brand of love and happiness. Need support, hugs from our chat. People are saying he should be jailed.
He can't be jailed just for saying this, and I don't think he should be.
If he's committing any crimes of consent, yeah, he should be jailed. So let's look into it. He should definitely be put on a watch list.
You can't be put on a watch list just for saying this stuff. Not if he says I'm going to do something, then like that could be investigated. But no, he can't be put on a watch list for making this video. He definitely can't be arrested for making this video. You have to commit a crime to be jailed. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think would put you in jail.
Well, if he's acting on these,
but he there's nothing to indicate he is. So I don't understand. Sorry, I just have to be honest about it.
There's no direct indication that there is, but there's definitely the idea that he believes it's okay to do so. So let's look and see if he's acting on it.
It doesn't happen.
CIA, FBI.
The CIA is mostly international, right? Like the FBI would be someone that would like investigate that, but I mean, like, if Jared isn't going to get investigated, this guy isn't going to. Like, because Jared's actually done provable things, and he hasn't even gotten investigated. So, I don't know. You can't be thrown in jail unless you commit a crime or they suspect you committed a crime. So, yeah, let's see. He didn't admit or insinuate he's done anything.
Yes,
see,
so
that's the problem.
Everybody watching right now, what do you think should happen to this guy other than go to jail? Leave it in the comments below. I think he should be sent to an island.
Okay. Now we're moving over to Shanny and Rev versus G-Man Saga. It continues. It keeps going.
Painted it white, got rid of that ugly looking pink mess that was here. I got to paint up there a little bit with some primer or whatever, which I'm going to do soon. There's the paint here. Right down there, but that is not what this video is about today. This video is about...
Hold on. Someone in the chat said same take as Jared. It's not exactly the same. It's similar, but Jared outright says his intentions to do it, and then there's evidence that he's actually like pursued it. It's different. I can't conflate two things that are different.
This guy says it in a way that's more enticing than Jared says it, and he says Jared's sitting in a room full of filth, making disgusting, stupid claims left and right. This guy has a very prioritized agenda, and he's speaking with these loopholes of things being perfect and acceptable, and trying to tell everybody that they're perfectly fine as long as they're not harming
Yeah.
Bringing Shanny to bringing her to reality, and yeah, you can see the paint all over my hands here and everything. The reality is that Shanny, I am not your man. Okay, I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not your husband. I'm not a prospect. I'm none of those things. Even though I do remember telling you upstairs that and I said this right in front of Rev too. That's the funny thing about it. When I was yelling at the top of my lungs, I said that if I was your man, you would not be here. You would not be in the situation that you're in. You would not be facing homelessness. You wouldn't be doing any of that stuff because I would force you or lead you. I'll put it to you that way. I would lead you to be more responsible and make better decisions.
So he's like, Shanny, you should hook up with me because I could wrangle you way better than Rev can.
G-Man would too. Like, G-Man is a lot better at direction.
Love you guys. Take money from my first paycheck.
Wow, congratulations.
Grazie. Thank you, Apollo. We definitely see G-Man coming in and wiping asses.
Oh, damn.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's in here. He's been wiping their asses time and again. And it's hilarious to me that he's like, I'm not your man. But if I was, you'd be doing so much better. Which is true. That's G-Man could have done with $50,000 better than what Rev did with $750,000.
Probably.
I guarantee that.
You hypocrite.
Blame everybody. You blame me particularly. I'm the number one person, even over anybody else on the internet, on why your social media career is dead. It's dead because of two things, Shanny. When you had all of that money,
it was never alive. Yeah. It had attention, but that was because they rock bottomed out. And there are people who love to watch the fall. Yeah. And that's what it was.
The closest thing you had a social media career was when you were spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on bullshit, living this weird influencer life from a trash heap, saying the N-bomb, like you snuck your way into a Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star video because you spent an exorbitant amount on their tracksuits and makeup gimmicks. Wow. And then after that, people were like, hey, by the way, Shane, this woman drops the bomb in a very fucking angry, racist manner. And then Shane's like, I'm busy getting canceled over here. I can't deal with this. And then the whole internet goes after Shanny and stomps out any hope she had of being my 600-pound wife.
Yeah, and G-Man would have slapped Shanny, not just spit on her, so...
Do we know G-Man has been actually violent, or he just talks about...
No, that was a joke.
He just talks about violence against people who are trans in that realm.
Yeah.
You belittled everybody, talked about how you were a queen. You know what I mean? Telling everybody how you're eating good and everybody else is struggling and whatnot. And then going out there with the racial slurs. That pretty much ended your social media career, and that's the truth.
You defended her for using those.
Yeah.
We watched videos recently where you literally defended her right to say it, so you can't go back on that now.
And everyone already knows it.
You told everyone you were okay with it.
There's some other stuff that you've done that really get yourself in trouble with Christians on here, where even they are trying to push you to go get a job. Okay? So... Rev, I'm talking directly to you, dude. You need to hear this.
What does he have all over? He's got like paint or plaster or something all over his hands.
Yeah, he's been painting the house, right? He's been getting rid of the pinks in the background, as he said earlier.
I see.
I don't think you ever learned how to be an actual man before. Okay? Okay. I don't know if you know this or not, but you was never the man of this place.
Whoa.
You were never the man of this house.
I mean, when G-Man's not talking religion, he's pretty right about things.
Well, here he is.
In the pecking order, when G-Man and Shanny and Rev were in this house, it went G-Man, Shanny, Rev, as far as the men of the house goes. There was a moment where G-Man and Shanny were having a little porch time.
Yep, porch time.
And Rev was like, I'm gonna go to the store and leave y'all alone.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to buy some trinkets so you guys can do smooches.
Because the man of the house would know how to properly raise children, which a lot of times I had to, in terms of like, don't do that, do this, don't do that, do this. you would have known how to go to the supermarket and buy food and encourage your woman to come downstairs.
God, I wonder how much of that $700,000 was just spent on like DoorDash.
A ton, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Actually cook and cause food to actually
I bet you it was more than half of it. The other half was rent. They probably ate like 3 squares of DoorDash a day. And actually, I did see G-Man making some comment somewhere that was all over Twitter. I don't think G-Man has Twitter, but there were people like reposting it. And G-Man was like, Rev, how is it that the kids got thinner and malnourished while living with you, but Shanny got fatter?
So fucked up. That's so fucked up. So fucked up. If you look at their spending habits, though, they were buying all types of bullshit. They had all this bullshit YouTube equipment so they could sit on their bed and fat around. They had all types of crap. They were buying makeup. They were buying clothes. They were buying games, magic cards. He had left his magic cards there. When you looked at that house, there was a ton of shit left there. So who knows where all the money really went. But DoorDash was a huge amount. Even though we saw a bunch of empty packages of other shit that DoorDash probably wouldn't deliver. There was like Capri Suns and Lunchables.
Now
and
they
boogers.
deliver like groceries and stuff. Like if I order DoorDash, they'll be like, "Oh, well, we're gonna go buy a 7-Eleven on the way. You want us to pick you up something else?"
It's true.
So everyone, by the way, also please like the stream. And there was Instacart, Instacart or whatever, that too. Everyone like the stream, please.
Instead of going in a refrigerator and putting a bunch of fast food in there all the time, wondering why you can't survive in this economy or whatever. Took me coming all the way from where I was all the way here. Sometimes New Jersey, sometimes Philadelphia, to come all the way down here to teach you how to shop. And I was shopping for your family. Okay? I was the one that was feeding your family. I was the one that was clothing your family. I was the one making sure.
It's almost like you were wrong again about your allegiances with people. Like you've done this so many times. Brett Keane, you've been betrayed by Brett Keane so many times, and you go back to him every time. You're a fool, G-Man.
Dude, if he bought a Guy's Cradle instead of feeding his kids, I could respect that. Guy's Cradle has gone up hundreds of dollars in the last 3 years.
I mean, for crying out loud, I had to come here and clean up a lot of the times. When was you really the man in here? Oh, I remember when you was the man. I remember. That's before Shanny got a hold of your bank book and spent the majority of your money. And when you had a little bit of sense to actually stand up for yourself and actually make a couple of decisions. What's sad is, man, is that you get on YouTube and then you're on here begging people to help you guys and everything and whatnot. Yet you keep hearing this community say that you need to go get a job. But the funny thing is this, Rev, and this is going to really blow a gasket in your head. When Dragnut donated that $6 to you for them cigarettes, he became the man in that house.
Wow, G-Man can be brutal.
Yeah, I like G-Man in like quadrants. There's like a quarter of G-Man that is very likable. And there's 2/4 of G-Man that is imbecilic. And then there's 1/4 of G-Man that is inexcusable.
Yeah. Inexcusable, like the hate and the threats of violence, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Hypothetically speaking, Monty or one of these other people on YouTube decides to give you $10 to buy a loaf of bread and some bologna and cheese or whatever. They become the man in your house. They become the leaders of your home. And what they say actually goes. Isn't it funny that you have to get on here and you have to bend over backwards?
But also, like, it really depends on how you swing it. Like, if Dragnut's giving me $6, he's not the man of my house. I am pimping him out. By the way, Dragnut, if you would like to give $6 to the Dono Streamlab link below, I'll pimp you. I don't know if you're watching. Don't really care if you are. That goes for anybody. I'll pimp you.
Have to do splits and tricks in order to get $5 from somebody because you refuse to do what the rest of us got to do, and that's actually get off your butt and get a job. Having a job is freedom, Rev. Having a job is freedom because you can make your own money, and then you can make your own decisions with what you do with your money. But you're never going to be free because you have convinced yourself that your Lord and Savior, Delta 8, is the only thing that can save you. And without your medication of Delta 8, you cannot survive here on.
Yeah, he has to do Delta 8 because he's in Pennsylvania.
We should send him our link and get 20% off.
Yeah. Link in the description. 20% off some Delta 8.
Get the link Vance Global. Use code Peasants. PEASANTS.
That is what you convince yourself of. And Shanny's convinced herself of that too. I can't function. Can't make a YouTube video unless, I can't make a Twitch video or post on Twitter or Instagram without my medication. Just got finished watching a repeat stream. I forget the YouTube channel. It's one of the archive thingies. Actually, I don't think that channel was an archive thingy. They talk about other things on their channel besides Shanny and Red. But they brought up the video from Twitch where Shanny was saying that on her birthday. And mind you, she lied her behind off. When I give Drag these text messages, you're going to see what I'm talking about. She lied when she said that on her birthday, all she wanted was a pizza. Let me tell you how that really went. Months before their birthday actually came, I would say right before my birthday, around May or April, I was asking them, I said, well, what do you guys want for your birthday? When's your birthday? What you wanted for your birthday? Rev took me to Walmart and showed me this game that cost $60 for her PS5. She said, if you get this for Shanny, Shanny would kiss you. Shanny would be so happy if you got.
So Rev was in on it. He was trying to whore out his woman to get a video
And
game.
now is G-Man going to buy it for her for the sweet, sweet kisses? You know how else Shanny will kiss you? If you pour a little syrup on your cheek, you'll get some Shanny kisses
I'm
too.
gonna kiss the fuck out of you right now, G-Man.
Got her this game. So I said, okay, we're going to get her that game. And then Red, what do you want? Because I got tired of getting them the same old stuff all the time. Most of the time he's asking for Red Bull.
I got tired of giving them the same old stuff. This is a very weird man of the house situation, but
it is.
I guess it is if you're just buying gifts for the kids.
Tobacco and Delta 8. I am dead serious. Okay. Oh, gas for the car. So I was like, listen, dude, I'll actually spend some money on you. What do you want for your birthday? And he was telling me that he wanted his own controller. And I guess after he got finished talking to Shanny about all that stuff, I started getting these Skype messages, in case you forgot about that, Shanny, where you actually told me, well, we really need some medication, man, and we would appreciate it if you bring some medication up here to help.
G-Man was kind of their bitch a little bit.
Yeah, but he did get a house from them, and they did give him rent.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a weird, both sides kind of did help each other out.
Here's the thing, like, I wouldn't sell my house to G-Man for $1 to avoid losing. Like that's such a terrible plan. He did exactly what I would think he would do if that happened. I would file for bankruptcy. That like a normal person would. Not think they could like cheat the system.
But the house would be foreclosed on, right?
Not if they own it.
Well, they definitely had a lot of back pay on it.
They could. Well, they would have to be taken to court by whoever they owe money to. It really depends on a lot of things. But the house, if they don't have payments to make on the house and they own the house, then they would like.
I thought it was going to go into foreclosure from what everybody
I don't
said.
know.
I didn't read into it. I just wrote what people had said.
Their assets could have been seized by whoever they own money to. I don't know the specifics of that, so maybe. But it wasn't a good plan. It's not a good plan.
I like the plan only because G-Man is now cock of the walk, running around painting their house, being Daddy Big Dicks, Daddy Warbucks. I like it.
Well, I like the results of it because of who it happened to, and it's entertaining, but I don't think it's ever a good plan.
I don't think the house was bought with the $700K. I think it was part of...
It was an inheritance.
Yeah, it was part of the inheritance.
Yes.
Us out, because we're going to do our thing and everything. Shanny would come over to me sometimes and show me she got the shakes. Them shakes wasn't because...
She was having weed shakes? What a liar. There's no way she was having weed withdrawal shakes.
She might have been having chocolate shakes.
You was going through something mental or whatever, and you need your medication. The shakes was from Delta 8 withdrawal when you...
Oh my my God.
Would go weeks without.
Could you
it.
imagine Rev hiding behind Shanny and slapping her ass so her gelatinous form?
Yes!
Hey, Seth looks, cheers.
Now we're at 25%.
So her gelatinous form causes her arms to shake to try and convince G-Man that she has weed shakes, when really it's just Rev
G-Man, I got the fucking weed shake.
slap starting her jelly belly.
Hit me, goddammit.
I actually came over. That's why I'm constantly warning people, if you ever get a request from them for $25 to $30, it is for Delta 8, because that's how much it costs for it.
Hey, you could save so much money. Shanny, if you're watching, Rev, if you're watching, you could save so much, 20%, if you use our link and our code. Link in the description.
One more little thing. How many of you heard him say today in his video, Rev, that you live too far to use your EBT card? Now, these other people on YouTube don't know where you are. At least I don't think they do.
There's so many people that could genuinely use some help. Thank you. And then these guys, like, there are so many people that probably should qualify that don't, because the requirements are so stringent on things like that. But then apparently, according to this, they get it, but they just don't use it.
I know where you are. Dollar General takes the EBT card. I'm going to say this again. Dollar General takes the EBT card. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Dollar General across the street from you? What the heck do you mean that you too far from anybody to be able to get an EBT card?
This is like a legitimate win for G-Man. Like we always, there's the meme G-Man wins, where he like never loses even when he actually does. But this is an actual like unironic win for G-Man.
Dude, I was with you when we went shopping to go get you some food, and we ain't really go nowhere. We literally just went across the street, dude. What are you talking about? It's absolutely hilarious. It's right across the street. But you live too far. But the thing that played him out today was when he got on here and said that they needed medication or whatever. And when they need medication, what they're saying basically is that they need their Delta 8. Rev, she got you off of one substance, man, and got you on another, and you're dependent on it. You need to go to a detox center. You need to get that stuff out of your system.
All right, G-Man.
You got to detox that Delta 8. Or you got to beg and get your $25, $30 with 20% off code.
Get a job, dude. There are shelters that you can go to that will help you fill out your applications. They will put a good word in with an employer, and they will get you a job. But if you keep listening to that false teacher, Shanny, who don't know what she's talking about when it comes to the Bible, dude, I don't know what to tell you. But going back to the title of this video, again, Shanny, I'm not your man. I'm not obligated to do anything for you. When I did do something for you, I did it because of the scriptures and because of the kindness of my own heart. When somebody donates to you, this is what you say, Shanny. Thank you.
Hey.
Let me help you out again with this.
A moment of clarity from G-Man.
Thank you. You don't complain. You don't talk about how you didn't get enough or any of this other stuff, because people, listen, let me tell you something. It's hard right now in this economy. It's really difficult in this economy for everybody, including the people that's actually making money on here. Okay? You got to understand something. They're going in their pockets, taking food out of their kids' mouth and out of their family's mouth, and they're donating to you. All you need to do is show gratitude. No one has to do nothing for you. Now, as far as other Christians on here,
I can't believe that Shanny and Rev get any actual, like, genuine donations.
There's a lot of people who maybe will watch and feel
bad for them.
Yeah, they'll feel like a weird connection to their situation, and there's a lot of people that fall into that heartfelt, like oh, these poor people type thing. And man, Shanny and Rev, like on the surface,
are pathetic.
They look miserable. They look like the type of people that deserve pity.
When another believer on here decides that they want to give you something, it doesn't matter if it's 25 cents.
You know what? You're right. It's the type of people that were giving Brett money. Like it's like that.
God, and say thank you, Lord, that somebody cared and gave me a.
Brett actually convinced enough people that he was a devout Christian man that was on some tough times, that had disabled family members, and like he was good at swindling people like that.
Lord, help me to be appreciative for what people are doing for me. This, you should be entitled because you're God's daughter. I'm going to save that one for a StreamYard video, because that is nonsense. The Bible don't teach no mess like that at all. She ain't no angel. She ain't no seraphim. She ain't no heraphim. She ain't no archangel.
seraphim.
She ain't none of these things. She ain't no delusional. And what she needs to do is be a lot more appreciative for what people do for them. You understand what I'm saying? What they're going through right now is what they were laughing at other people going through. That's why I'm always against this idea of laughing at people who are hungry, because you never know when you're going to go through it yourself.
Hold on, I thought starving children didn't exist.
You never know when you're going to go through it yourself.
Medicine. So even better, and I hate to say it, than Delta 8. But we can offer you both here. One, part of the podcast, the laughter. Two, Vans Global link below, 20%.
Thank you.
At the end of the day, dude, if you're the man of your house, provide for your family. Provide for your woman. She's proud of you. She's proud to be your wife, but you do absolutely nothing for her. Right about now.
Is she proud, though? I mean, she had him thrown in jail and then made all these videos, like, kind of being bipolar about it, like being sad that he was gone and then being happy that he's gone and being like, I'm going to spend the bail money on something else.
Jiggerath says Shanny is Delta 8. I'll one-up you. I think Shanny is Delta 8 Delta Brooke.
Dude, anybody on YouTube
Delta
who makes $5.
That's the one, huh?
Delta Burke.
Yeah,
Delta Burke was actually good looking, though.
Shanny Delta 8 Delta Burke.
Delta Burke was like good looking, though.
Now I can take her from
at
you,
one
dude.
point, she was a little plus size.
But still actually not so bad looking.
Yeah, but if Shanny ate her, Shanny would also
you don't have any money.
Be full
Anybody
of
making
Delta
$5 an hour can provide a roof over their head. A roof over her head can take her right now. This is a very dangerous time. This is a very dangerous time for you, Rev.
I said Delta
woman
Brooke,
can wake
okay?
up and leave
She
you
was popular when I was
whenever
8.
She pleases. You just don't get it yet, dude. You really don't. She has filled your head with a bunch of nonsense. So let's get down to brass tacks here, dude. If you want respect, if you want people to really help you, the very first thing you need to do when you make your next stream is, here's my job application, guys. I'm going to go apply for this. Pray for me that I get this job. Can somebody give me Rev, you should get on YouTube and say, can somebody give me a reference to a job that I can go to? Perhaps you got a cousin or a niece or an uncle or whatever, and I go to that job and you can help me get a job. If these people really cared about you, Rev, that's what they would do, right?
Oh, and I didn't realize Delta Burke is married to the guy who played Coach on the show. Or no, Major Dad. The guy who played Major Dad.
I was like, there's no way she's married to Coach.
No. She's married to the guy who played Major Dad.
That makes sense.
And she was also Miss Florida in the Miss America. Man, yeah, she was very, like, when I think Delta Burke, obviously she's like in her 60s now. But I think of this Delta Burke right here.
Yeah.
She was good looking. Like,
when I
very
think of
good-looking.
Shanny Delta eating Delta Burke for the joke where she ate a Delta Burke. Someone said Delta Smelta. That made me laugh.
Don't besmirch the name of Delta Burke, okay?
They would tell you to go to Walmart. They would tell you to go to, you can do this online job. You can do this and make a commission or whatever. You can babysit. You can dog walk. You can do a bunch of different things. But in order to do those, stop shaving.
Auto-tune G-Man.
I don't know why so many people want to die on this hill that I was besmirching Delta Burke, okay?
I can't believe you did that.
I simply stated that Shanny would have the appetite to eat a voluptuous grown woman. It's nothing to do with Delta Burke's style, looks.
Beautiful.
Nothing to do with anything of Delta Burke's capacity, okay? Other than that Shanny would be the type to eat an entire human.
You're not talking your way out of this.
I don't have to. You guys are putting an evil on me where it doesn't belong.
For yourself. Right now, I'm here. I didn't want to do this. I'm painting this room myself because I can't afford to keep bringing people here to do work here all the time. I got to do this myself. I'm talking to myself too. I have to come here and I have to actually work.
I guarantee you G-Man legit talks to himself when he's alone.
Probably.
Because he never stops talking.
He probably talks to God.
God.
Yeah.
The voice is in his head.
I'm done here. I have to go to my job. And after I'm doing my job, I have to go home and do my things myself. I don't expect nobody else to do it for me. I do it for myself. You have allowed Shanny to fill your head with so much malarkey. It's not even funny, dude.
Oh, it's the malarkey.
It's not.
the No Malarkey Express.
Not even funny. So
Why
again,
not malarkey
Shanny,
at Trump? What are you talking about? Malarkey at Trump, Shadow Balls.
Joe Biden ruined the word malarkey. Like, that's old Irish speak for, like, bullshit, basically. And he commandeered it, and now it's lame. But
I think we got to take malarkey back.
We should.
I ain't your man. I ain't your responsibility.
No, you're not responsible
Rev
for her, is what you mean to
is
say.
your man. And Rev is supposed to be the one that's taking care of you. Stop trying to manipulate. How you doing, Mister? A long time no see.
Stop getting distracted, G-Man. Stay on topic.
It is not my responsibility to take care of your body.
What's
where you live.
what's worse, malarkey or shenanigans? Malarkey's worse than shenanigans, right?
I think shenanigans is like, so like, I don't think they're the same thing. Malarkey is like saying something that's like bullshit, and then shenanigans is like getting up to no good. You know what I mean? So they're kind of different. Like shenanigans
malarkey is when shenanigans go too far.
Malarkey is like bullshit, and shenanigans is like misbehavior. You know what I mean?
What about evil shenanigans? Are they worse than malarkey?
Evil shenanigans? I don't know.
What you
Shanny-nanigans.
eat or anything like that. And if I give you 50 cents, you take it and you say, thank you. But as far as I know right now, I'm the man of that house of yours for what I did in the past. I believe that Drag's the man because I believe he bought Rev some... No. Rev worked for it because he explained the entire situation. He explained how he and his woman lied about somebody coming over here slashing it and then got me in trouble in the process of it. Made me look completely stupid here on YouTube because of it.
Not hard to do.
Which I ain't gonna let that happen no more because I swear I'm gonna become really annoying when it comes
already there
to people proving things to me.
Oh,
if I don't see video proof, if I don't see tangible horror proof that something.
So you're gonna give up Christianity, right?
Whatever. I'm just gonna go one ear and out the other one. I don't want to hear it no more. Friendship, spinship. It doesn't make a difference. Okay, so yeah, so
did you know that tarnation is a derivative of darnation, which is a derivative of damnation? I had no idea.
No.
Somebody brought up tarnation in here. I was like, I gotta look up tarnation.
I don't know the origin of tarnation. Is that American or did it come from?
Well, I know it's often used in like Wild West speak.
Yeah, but I'm wondering its origin. Like, is it? Yeah, did it start in the Wild West or was that brought over?
Well, it
from
seems
somewhere else?
damnation is religious, right? God, a wrath of God, a damnation. A darnation would be a more religious way to say damnation because they would no longer want to use damn, so they'd say darnation. And tarnation seems like a redneckanized version of darnation.
G-Man looks
Could
stressed.
be wrong.
He should try some Delta 8 with Vance Global. 20% off with code peasants. It helps with the shake.
It's a quality suggestion, Brian Field. Thank you.
I ain't your man. I don't owe you anything. You're not my responsibility. If I do anything for you, it is from the kindness of my own heart. That man, I'm sorry. Rev, you're going to get mad when I say this, dude, but it was your woman who said this to me a few years ago. She said, and I quote, that she don't want no scrub. A scrub gets no love from her.
I know. I think it was TLC. You're getting them mixed up.
On the passenger side.
Shanny once said, blinded by the light, revved up like a douche, and G-Man is right.
Interesting.
On the driver's side, trying to holler at her or whatever. Well, Shanny.
Now, Nicholas Mingu Akabaru Ute says, It's in the dictionary context. Words didn't come from religious texts. Well, of course, Nicholas, that's a good point. Except that damning something is an accusatory curse, and a curse connotation usually aligns with a curse of a religious context. That's the depth of curse, has some spirituality to it. So if you want to argue words, don't give me a blanket statement, okay, Nicholas? Because I will wrap you up in that blanket and swaddle you like a baby.
You know, what you just said would make sense, but I don't know. After what you said about Delta Burke, I don't know if I can take you seriously.
I think we can focus on the you don't know part of that.
That apparently is who you're with, because until he gets a job, he's a scrub. I'm sorry. And your scrub man should be the one that is taking care of you. That is not my responsibility. So you can try all the guilt trips you want. It is going in the left ear and out the right one. Not my responsibility.
But what if it goes in the right one? Does it get stuck? Does it bounce back out?
There's a lot of room there inside of that head for it to freeform move through ear to ear. Not a lot of brain wall there to stop it from perfect passage.
All right. Just want to make sure that everybody knows this. So again, she lied when she said that she just wanted a pizza. Man, please, I got Skype messages that say something totally different. Like I said, I'm going to get this stuff to drag on, let them see it. But I'm going to take it a step further. You remember when she said, I went upstairs and I dropped all of that stuff on her and I said, what can you get me? They literally was texting me every 2 days saying they needed medication. They needed medication. And they was just so annoying. And you would tell them, no, I don't have it. I'll admit, I even lied and told them that I didn't have no money on my cash out so they can leave me alone. But if you really think about it, $31 and then I give them 30 and I only have one, I wasn't going to do that. You know what I mean? I needed something on here for Uber and everything. But the point, I mean, that's messed up that I got to do something like that, but whatever. But I went up there, I gave them them things.
What is going on here?
I'll tell you what's going on here, Egghead.
Egghead would say that.
We're putting on a show, and you're over here using your westernized hate speech. Chill, dude. I'm not going to have to take you down the Canyon Bravo and give you a spanking.
And it wasn't like they didn't want it. No. It was a combination of tobacco
we appreciate
products,
it.
vapes,
Much
I
love,
think
Frankie
it was.
Pinky.
I'm really ignorant to
Pinky's
this stuff.
up.
I just told the guy to give me this, and this, or whatever, right? And then it was Delta 8, right? So they had no problem taking the oils. Shanny consumed all of the gummies, I think, in 24 hours.
And then she ate the Delta 8 ones after that?
Could you imagine Shanny high out of her fucking mind?
Just because she can't stop eating them.
Yeah, but can't stop eating the gums.
Pizza dot dick.
She wanted a pizza that dick. Yeah, she wanted a pizza. A pizza that
P-I-Z-Z.
Canyon Bravo. Better movie title than Canyon Trail.
Goddamn right. Shout out to Bravo the Chonk. It's the remake. Casting Bravo the Chonk as Texas fucking snickerdoodle, okay?
I'm done.
And it was like 4 boxes of that stuff. And inside of one box, there's like 10 packages of that stuff. She was consuming that stuff.
And she did it because she was hungry. Not to get high. She did it because she was hungry. You know
honestly,
it.
I know how fat I am. I would not do that because I've had sleeping gummies and I'm very restrictive to one gummy, 2 gummies if I don't want to wake up early. I'll do 2 gummies and that's rare. That's like once a month I'll do a 2 gummy tops.
Right.
So I know I wouldn't do that with some Delta 8, but I am a fat guy and if I had regular gummies, I bought some keto gummy bears last night, 3 packages, and they're gone.
Damn.
Red would complain to me that he wasn't that he didn't get any, but that's neither here nor there. The point of the matter is that Shanny and them took what they wanted. Rev gave me some EverDrives and a whole bunch of games and some other stuff for those things. Because if I would have picked all that stuff up and left that place and gave them nothing, the text message, oh, we need medication. I just brought that stuff over there for you.
It's funny that they're like heroin addicts for Delta 8. It's very strange.
Well, I mean, I think they're just they want their creature comforts, whether or not they're really addicted.
These creatures need comforting.
They're gonna get the shakes for anything they're not getting. Shanny's gonna get the shakes over not getting a Wendy's meal. Rev's gonna get the shakes over not getting. I don't. What does Rev need?
A creature to comfort him.
Yeah, he probably was getting shakes in the prison because he wasn't getting his Shanny love time or his Facebook bot sexual encounters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, once again, Shanny, that is not my responsibility. It's not my responsibility to provide for you. I'm not
Yeah,
your
we
man.
get that. It's 48 minutes of you saying you're not responsible for providing for Shanny.
Let's look at a response from Rev. He looks great. Never looked better.
All right, folks, how you doing? It's Rev. So, G-Man has now gone into full
He looks like
scumbag
Ted Nugent.
reaction channel mode with us, and this really is. I know you're going to hear this, G-Man. All those times that I called you a friend, all of those times that we connected as brothers in Christ were obviously total bullshit.
We connected as Eskimo brothers in Christ.
I don't open myself to anybody, dude, and what you did to me and Shanny is absolutely fucking disgusting.
Well, I could say a lot of things with Rev and Shanny are absolutely fucking disgusting. So G-Man's just par for the course.
You can't be Christian the way if this is the way that you treat your brothers and sisters.
I love how they accuse each other of not being Christian.
So the latest thing that G-Man is saying about us is that we refused to feed the boys. What I want you to know is that every time that EBT card thing came in, my mind was on, I have to feed the children first. They always had food in that house to eat because I was going to get it for them first. Them first.
I love how he's kind of throwing Shanny under the bus.
Always.
True.
To interrupt Meth Nugent over here, did you hear that Billy's crush from episode 570?
I did.
Angela
I did hear
Lansbury
that.
passed away
Damn,
today.
Egghead, why you gotta hurt my heart like that?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, I had heard that.
That's Murder, She Wrote. Angela Lansbury.
Bed knobs and broomsticks.
I got a bed knob and a broomstick for that lovely lady in heaven. I'm gonna, you know what? Tonight when I go to sleep,
you're gonna pop one off.
I'm gonna dream of young Angela Lansbury, and I'm gonna give her one good one. In the safe passage, a little brain to brain in the safe passage. Beautiful Angela Lansbury, dead, heartbroken.
Okay. This is a fact, and this is how it was. We were starving to death, and you were seeing how thin and gaunt I was getting, right? Yeah. That's what
Sticky
was
says,
going on
why
in the
not
house.
old Angela? Look, young Angela Lansbury to me was old Angela Lansbury. I'm not talking when she was in her 20s or 30s. I'm talking when she was at the peak of her career. Murder, She Wrote. Murder, She Wrote. That's what I'm talking.
We wanted the boys to eat first, and then whatever was left from the EBT card, I'd get my peanut butter. I've been living on peanut butter in a jar for the last 6 months. That's it, guys. I go to a peanut butter jar, I take a little, I get a little filled, and that's it.
Oh my God!
Well, congratulations. You're making it as a man in this world with your peanut butter jar. I've felt worse for you when I've seen you eating things like Shanny's ass.
Once in a while, when we're blessed with the EBT, I'll have some chips or cookies or something, but it's not frequent. Okay? This guy is a grifter, a scammer. G-Man is a grifter and scammer.
Well, who did he grift or scam? You guys?
Not too hard.
Yeah, GG, G-Man.
That's what people should know. He totally used me and Shanny for a house when he was homeless, and now he treats us like this. It's absolutely repulsive and fucking disgusting. And he's...
Real friends don't keep tabs on what they've done for you.
Going to be thrown out of wherever he is, and he's going to be judged by God for this.
Good.
I haven't said a word, and I wasn't going to say another word about this guy, but he's now on us like the other reaction people are. It's disgusting.
All right. And
Poor Rev and Shanny.
Here's a little more from G-Man.
All right. Guys, I apologize about the there not being no light, but I'm still laying down. I'm going to be getting up soon. Listen, I'm going to be responding to Rev's latest video. I'll be talking about some of the things that William said in his video, but y'all need to be careful responding. Y'all need to be careful responding to the comments on your channels, because Shanny's going to try to flag you and try to say that's son that is on there. So y'all need to be careful. I've been around these two long enough to know how they think and what they might try to do. All right. Let me see something here.
What is this, G-Man?
I'm surprised they even let me do it this way, because I don't have this any other way.
I love G-Man's like impromptu troubleshooting, and this is proof that what I said, G-Man talks to himself a lot.
Hawkeye.
Oops.
I don't know if you're allowed to ask if that was Swahili. One in the chat if we're allowed to ask if that was Swahili. I don't think we're allowed to ask that.
Why? We're not allowed to think that maybe G-Man's an educated fellow?
I'm just saying, one in the chat if we're allowed to ask
Are you
that,
saying
I don't
G-Man's
know.
too dumb to know a very obscure
I don't know if
language?
we're allowed to ask that.
Again, guys, this is
I
just
do
a promo
see ones
video. I'm
in
going
the
to
chat,
respond to what Rev said and what William said, and this made up make believe garbage that he said on his channel. He just totally twisted my words or whatever. So I'll clarify even more and explain why Rev's a liar. Now, Rev,
dude, don't even make a video if it's completely in the dark. Like, why even bother making a video?
You said that I used you for the house, and you said that
for the house. I was worried for a second.
You, and you said that I'm a grifter. You ain't gonna have a YouTube career when I'm done with you, dude. You mark my words. Later tonight, you're gonna get owned, dude, and you're gonna get owned bad.
Is he gonna get out?
You know, I looked up. Look at that.
Is that young Angela Lansbury?
Beautiful young Angela Lansbury. Wow.
I'm looking at her.
She's been in so many movies that ended up getting remade later, like Manchurian Candidate. She was in the original version of that. She was on the original Broadway production of Sweeney Todd back in the day. She did so much stuff.
See, right here, right now, I'd fucking slide the glass slipper on her foot.
Of course.
But even later in her life, she could be my bibbity boppity boo.
I see what you did there. Wasn't she the teapot in Beauty and the Beast? Yeah.
I'm about to chip that up.
Yeah, and she lived to be 96. That's something. Yeah, Angela Lansbury, beautiful woman. Let's.
Who's the oldest, hottest woman alive now?
I don't want to go into this.
Everybody watching live or after we're done. Chat comments. Who's the oldest living, hottest woman alive? Do we got a Barbara Eden?
Oh yeah, she is still around, isn't she?
What's she looking like these days?
I don't know. I mean, like Angela Lansbury looked like she had like a stroke. Like only half of her face was working. So time takes its toll. Anyway, let's take a look at this next response here.
Okay, so I got another video, and for the people that are asking for live streams, I cannot do them here because it's just not something that works for to be able to do said good live stream. That's why I'm doing uploaded videos. It's the only way I can really communicate. So wow. You saw, he'll probably delete the comment in the chat, but he's doing a thing right now in
How about Jane Seymour?
I don't know who's Jane
Dr.
Seymour.
Quinn, medicine woman.
How old is she?
71.
It's way too young.
I can't go past. I can't go much.
We need
past
somebody at least in their 80s.
Gonna pwn me or
Barbara
whatever,
Eden
go full G-Man on me.
is in her
and I care
90s.
so much, but I really do
Elvira is not in her 80s. I see people saying Elvira.
Yeah, Elvira,
like her
Dolly
maybe
Parton,
70.
Elvira, Dolly Parton. I don't even consider them.
They're like 60s, 70s.
I don't even
it's really
consider
crazy
them in the
that you
conversation.
think you have a friend, and it's just.
They're too young.
Whoa.
Someone said Sophia Loren.
The knife just
definitely
like,
in her
literally
day.
comes
What's Sophia
out of
Loren
nowhere,
at,
man. You
age-wise?
can't see
Is
it
she in the
coming.
80s?
Marie Saint.
Yeah, probably
94.
Man,
Eva Marie Saint.
I want to get out of this conversation now.
I want to
shouldn't
get.
have
I want to
continued.
get into bed with this conversation.
Good for you.
Wow.
I'm trying to get them wrinkly old wobbly titties.
You saw. He'll probably delete the comment in the
I'm
chat.
progressive.
But he's doing a thing right now in
Eva Marie Saint's 98 years
gonna
old.
Pwn me or whatever, go full G-man on me, and I care so much. But I really do, because it's really
I think
crazy.
Barbara Eden's got her beat though.
But he's doing a thing right now in gonna pwn me or whatever, go full G-man on me, and I care so much. But I really do. Because it's really crazy that you think you have a friend, and it's just, whoa, the knife just, like, literally, it comes out of nowhere, man. You can't see it coming. The knife literally comes out of nowhere. This is to G-Man, and I know you'll hear it. You might play this tonight on your little hate fest, because you've become a reaction channel.
Most channels are reaction channels, reacting to something.
There's a lot of reaction channels, but there's a lot of original content too.
But mostly it's them still reacting to something, right?
No, there's a lot of original content creation on YouTube. Like there's definitely reactionary content. It's huge. It gets a lot of views. There's so much going on YouTube.
Good job. This is to Mr. Gary Moore, Mr. Gary Lamont Moore. Okay, I'm saying your name because this is serious. Okay?
Is it serious?
If you try to contact me or Shanny ever again, we're going to make a police report about the stuff you told us, and we're going to have a restraining order immediately after that. We want nothing to do with you ever again, because you're fucking insane.
Well, I don't mean the traditional reaction channel. That's not what I'm talking about. Like, even a channel that like covers sporting events is a sports channel, but they're reacting to what happened in sports that day, or like someone who
that's a quality just part of entertainment on
and they're
YouTube.
They're analyzing it. They're
but there's so much more content than that. That's just like a corner of YouTube.
Hey guys, how you doing? Okay, this is very much like an emergency. Because no money came in from the video I did about needing food, which is whatever, I was able to have a kind person provide some money so that I could at least get a sub for Shanny. He had a 6-inch sub. But that's not enough for her for the whole day. Of course it's not. So
I got a little 6-inch for Shan, but that's not enough.
It's not enough. That's like his goal every morning, to like satiate her hunger.
what I'm asking for at this point, because you're not going to believe some of the stuff in this place that we're at is pretty much a drug motel. And now that I don't have a ride, I am having to ask other people for help to get to the store, and they are definitely people that are involved with drugs. I do not want to be involved with these people, but Shanny is at the end of her rope and calling me a shit provider. So I need to do something.
That sucks, Rev. You guys were a unified front against G-Man, but G-Man was at least throwing fucking the crumbs in your dog dish.
It's basically that Rev is Rick Moranis and Shanny is the living like plant from Little Shop of Horrors.
Feed me, Seymour.
Yep. And he's like, yeah, okay, yeah. What, a 6-inch isn't enough, Shanny? No, it's not. It's not fucking enough.
And I'm not used to these scenarios. I silver spoon boy.
I'm surprised if 6 inches could break through the layer of crust.
Not used to this, and I'm having severe mental bad stuff, which is...
I'm having severe mental bad stuff? Yeah, that sounds really convincing.
Going to be ignored.
I'm going to go have a severe mental urination. Good stuff.
He's going to urinate out of his booty hole, which means it's poo-poo. If it comes out as a liquid, so be it. Just a reminder, tonight, immediately following this stream, all of our patrons, $10 and above, we're going to do our special series. We're going to continue it. And by the way, I created a special playlist on our Patreon so you can find it more easily. It's under Book Club. So you can go back and binge all of the episodes thus far before you get to the current one. So it's under Book Club. When you go to our main page, here, I'll pull it up so you guys can see it while we wait for the fridge to return. And the reason why we do this stuff is to keep the show running and to keep this going for us. This is what we do for a living. Enough of you enjoy it, so we keep doing it. This stuff helps keep the show rolling. So quick thing here. I'll show you how to find it. So this is our main page here. And if you come down here, there's a few playlists here. There's Actual Mania. There's our private shows. There's our post shows, which is like every post show we've ever done. There's 266 of those. There's 112 private shows. There's 36 Actual Manias, which fall under private shows. Here's our reviews. We've done a lot of reviews. Here's some vlog stuff that we've done. But if you click over here, there's Book Club. And if you go there, you can check out the Book Club. There's 7 of them right now. There's quite a bit of extra content. Many of these videos are, over an hour, some several hours long, so you can go there and check that out. The $5 level gets you the 2 bonus shows every month, and then the $10 level gets you everything else as far as video content is concerned.
And the $100 level will give you a chance to be a guest on our show.
Yeah.
Once a month, where you can test your wit with me, Billy the Fridge, where you and I might be able to argue about mayonnaise.
Yeah, speaking of which, Magicus, we'll have Magicus on Thursday's show.
Ooh.
AEW's finally coming to Seattle.
Oh.
Yeah, in January.
With Daniel Bryan on their roster?
Yes.
That'd be lit.
And I was talking to Scott about going. I don't know if you're interested, but we're thinking about going to it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be at Key Arena probably.
Yeah, the Climate Pledge Arena.
Yeah, if there's a box, that might be fun. I don't like sitting in the general admission area.
Yeah. Yeah, because we were thinking about it. Scott mentioned something like he knows it's a long shot, but he was thinking about trying to get on Dark.
The show? The Dark?
Yeah.
They're probably going to go through the Defy crowd. I don't know if he'll be able to get on, but he should try.
He knows enough people affiliated with it to at least probably get someone to watch a video of him.
RSP probably knows who to talk to, and that's the boy. That's our boy.
Yeah. And
Audrey.
Yeah.
And also Chris Jericho, who is a lion heart. Well, not quite the tiger that Scott associates as, but still in the jungle, the mighty jungle.
Because nobody else is helping us. What I'm asking you at this point is, could you maybe call authorities and inform them that we are in a dire need of adult social help. I know that it's a thing now, and I think it's fantastic when I heard about it, that there is a thing called Adult Human Services. It's like CPS, but it's for adults that cannot handle...
It's called going to a psych ward. That's what it is.
What they're going through, and they need help. I've been looking for numbers and stuff to call, and we can't even call a number if we had a number. This is the issue. We had a phone through G-Man that it's trashed, it's over, the phone is done. So we have no means of communication besides the Wi-Fi in this place and making a video to you guys. So actually, what I am pleading for you to do is actually call authorities to get us help. Adult humans.
He cannot. I mean, if what G-Man was saying is true, they don't even know how to like grocery shop for themselves. So they just expect other people to take care of them.
Is he really saying call authorities
for him?
For Shannon Rev?
Yep.
Is this not what the internet's been wanting to do to them for the longest time? And now he's asking for it?
He wants to be like taken care of.
Please get us 5150, please. Please. What the fuck?
Services, because it's my mental health is at the cracking point at this point. I know how I feel on the inside
It's at the
when
crack point.
Psychotic breaks can come. So we literally need like if just call whoever you guys call to have authorities.
He's like, oh, I don't know the number that will make it so that I don't have to be responsible for anything anymore. If one of you knows it, could you please call it?
Man. When G-Man wins, G-Man wins.
G-Man won hard here.
G-Man's over here painting the house he bought from them for $1. And they're over here begging the internet to get them adult CPS.
Because we need it.
So finally, Rev and Shanny taught G-Man that starving kids did exist.
Damn.
Like...
Reverend is hoping adult CPS takes him away like Sean's kids and put him in an adult foster home.
That's most definitely what's up.
I wish things could stay friendly in these times of crisis between, you know, I don't know why, yeah. All right, thank you.
Oh.
And I hope to hear a knock at the door because it will start to rectify the physical and psychological torture that we're being put through at this point without knowing what to do in order to get food. Because it's very hard. There's 2 places in this area that I can walk to. The store, I have to walk on the highway, and it's insane. I can't walk on the highway. No one here has rides.
What about the Dollar General that G-Man was talking about? Was that a
we're
lie?
At the end of a rope, and we encourage, please, like, call authorities and help us out with it, because I know if I get a knock at the door and it's a policeman, I explain what's going on, then he'll understand and we can
This
get some
might be
help.
the first time I've heard a streamer, a personality, anybody request that their audience calls the police on them.
Right.
This is batshit.
And the police, there's not a good track record of the police visiting them, too. So it's weird that he's asking for that.
We need long-term adult service help. Thank you.
In times of trouble.
Long term. So what he means is he wants to be like committed and taken care of, basically.
Maybe he needs it. Maybe he needs it. Maybe he needs.
There's a lot of people that need it that don't get it.
Yeah, where can we go? Young Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Can we get Rev and Shanny corralled?
Corralled. Can we get them muzzled, please?
Can we get the non-SWAT special, please? Whatever the non-SWAT hotline is. I don't know what do you call?
There's no one to call. That's why he couldn't find it.
He did say he had mental something, so you could say, look, I think he's on the verge of a 5150. There got to be a Philadelphia equivalent. Didn't JRC3 get the equivalent of that locked up?
At some point, according to hearsay.
We should hook Shanny and Rev up with JRC3 for some berry picking and mental health class.
Dingleberry picking.
Ew.
Pick those dingleberries out of my fucking ass, JRC3. Let me be a hot nurse, baby. Yeah, I'll just sit here in the corner. Yeah. I don't really have a JRC3 voice, but I'll work on that. So we got a little bit of time left in the show before we do the post show. Let's check this out. This is everybody's favorite here. Everybody loves this guy. So check this out.
So Camelot 331. If I had to give anyone the award of like worst person on the internet,
you don't get to give out that award unless you're giving it away after you won it.
Yeah. Doesn't the defending champion usually hand it off?
I don't think that's how it works.
To the next winner?
But Camelot, not the worst person. Camelot, I saw these videos because I watch Camelot's videos. Camelot drives NASCARs, and when you do that, NASCARs aren't street legal, so you can't just like drive them to the race. You need a trailer, and he had this big ass trailer, and someone stole it, and the cops in his town aren't doing shit to help him.
That sucks.
So Jared's gonna laugh at that because he can't stand how someone is in pretty much every measurable way better than him. He can't deal with that, so he has to create a false reality where he's gonna laugh at this guy, even though this guy got his shit stolen, but at least this guy had shit to steal. Jared doesn't have any cool stuff that anyone would want to steal.
I think I would
do
actually
respect
give it
Jared laughing at somebody better than him as opposed to people laughing at somebody worse than them. That's a new take on this.
This guy, and trust me, I know some scumbags, but
does it count when you does being you count as knowing you?
This guy's really something else, man. Like this Camelot guy. I was just watching a video where he got robbed. It's a bunch of horse shit. This guy, he's obviously hurting in life, and he sees that nobody likes him. And I'm sorry, I'm being OCD with my camera right now.
Our Nicholas Mungu Akubariki Yute, who we were talking to earlier, has another question. How you steal a trailer? Well, I got to tell you something. There's this hitch on a trailer. You can just hitch it to a car and drive that thing away.
And there are things called wheels on it.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
What do you mean, how do you steal a trailer?
How easy it is to steal a trailer. Literally hook the hitch up to your truck and drive.
Right.
This is not the appropriate time, Jared. But yeah, bro, this guy is just so fun.
You know, I gotta stop right now. Nicholas, the questions you've been asking tonight makes me worry that the only reason you haven't stolen a trailer yet is because you haven't figured out how to do it.
Right.
And if I just gave you what you need to steal a trailer, I feel like an accomplice. So I have to say this, Nicholas, do not do what I just said.
And someone said,
do.
And put it where they said, and put it where in a small town. Is there like a magical wall around this small town that says you have to keep it where you found it?
And
like
even in small towns, right? You're not that far away from a chop shop.
Right.
You're not that far away from another town that you could utilize the trailer in, swap out the distinguishable marks, and boom, you have another trailer. Probably a lot of farms you could park the trailer in between moving. It's easy to get rid of a lot of gigantic things.
Also, if the cops aren't helping, like Cody says they're not, then it makes it even easier to steal one.
And again, if these explanations we're giving you are giving you a path to stealing and hiding a trailer, I'm going to say don't do it. This is not me saying this is what you should do. It's just how it could be possible is all. Do not do this at home.
Fucking petty. And I can't believe I used to like this guy. Like, I see what kind of person he is. And the only reason I feel somewhat sorry for him is because I know he's got those really low-life, fucking obsessive creep trolls. But really, I mean, it's honestly kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. That he has to deal with that. It is kind of funny to me. Because the guy's a jerk off, dude, and he kind of deserves it. I mean, I'm just being honest. Like, he's an e-beggar, you know. He's lied about so many things, and
you e-beg. You made a video talking shit about people e-begging, and in that same video, in the description, you were e-begging, and you put out your PayPal and asked for money. So why is it okay when you do it?
Nothing is okay when Jared does anything.
I find it very, very sad how so many people are deceived by this guy. Recently, he came out with another video about, how he's 32 with no friends or whatever. Like a year later from this famous video. And I'm sorry, I just have to do something with this stupid camera.
Yeah, Jared, go ahead. Take your time. Nobody
You are
really fucking
incapable of operating basic equipment.
Okay, I think that's better. Anyways, and he's just blabbering on. I really couldn't even take that much of it, but...
Oh, yeah, another review of a video you didn't actually watch. You probably watched like the first 30 seconds. You're not good at paying attention.
But it is nice that Jared's calling out somebody for blabbering on, because Jared's never done that.
No, never.
Jared's never looked at a video trying to fill up the 10-minute cycle it would take to, I guess, be a YouTuber, because he's not even monetized.
Nope.
I think he assumes that you need to have a 10-minute video because all the other YouTubers aim for double monetization on a video. But he's just dumb and thinks that's the way it's done.
He's basically saying how his real friends were people on the internet and he didn't know that. And blah, blah, blah. I mean, just cry me a river, Cody. The reason you have no friends is because you're a narcissist, dude. That's why.
Is that why you don't have any?
I gotta tell you, narcissists have lots of friends.
Like, I see photos of Cody on Twitter and he's... going to conventions and taking pictures with a bunch of people who like him and doing panel discussions and all that cool stuff.
With no brands. Meanwhile, Jared is 40 with no job.
Oof.
You got no friends. Okay, it's the same reason why you got fired from GameStop or quit GameStop. It's because
he quit GameStop because it sucked working there, and that's what his channel was all about. Was he was exposing how horrible it was to work at GameStop and how they treated their employees like shit. And like turned a blind eye when illegal stuff was happening. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
People didn't like you, bro. You're not a likable guy. You're a stooge. Just the way you make videos, the way you present yourself, it's annoying. You're not...
Jared,
it's annoying.
Everything Jared says applies to him more
Ignore
than anybody
all the
else.
fans you have. Ignore all the fans that follow you. Ignore them. Jared says you're annoying.
Not funny. You're annoying, dude. Okay? The way that you just like...
Remember when he told him to go to the gym? He was like, go in the gym.
I don't know, bro. It's like you're on some kind of fucking drug, really. I think this guy might be on drugs. I don't know, dude, but...
Good.
I cannot fucking stand this guy. I don't know. How do you guys feel about Camelot 331?
We generally feel a lot better about him.
If it's one person I hate, like, in terms of, like, news
far.
regurgitators.
But that's anybody.
Yeah.
Be this guy. He's way worse than RGT85. He's worse than fucking Dreamcast guy. Any of these clowns, what's that fucking Happy Cuck Soul Gamer? That guy's just downright hilarious. But no, seriously, this guy is just the worst, bro. And like I said, it's sad to see how he deceives so many people, bro. He's got like 200k subs.
I can smell the envy from him when he said that.
Do you know how horrible lobotomies are?
Yeah.
They're horrible.
Yeah, they don't do them anymore.
They're horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
But he should have one. Bring back. Lobotomies need a comeback.
If there was like a Hunger Games for a lobotomy, I'd say, hey, how about we make Jared tribute?
Obviously, there's a lot of very weak people who are
you can still get a lobotomy.
Wow, they shouldn't be doing those, but whatever.
Easily manipulated, and those are his fans, just weak people, bro. I've seen his mods. I know one of his mods.
Transorbital lobotomies.
Whose name will not be mentioned, but had a run-in with her. Just really terrible people. He's a terrible guy. Birds of the feather flock together, the old saying. But, such as YouTube. People like this are...
Ace928 in the pleb chat says, I'm sure he's using a mirror when he's ranting like this. It always makes sense that way, right?
He's looking at himself in his webcam.
Jared's almost always, whether he's aware of it or not, talking about himself when he talks about other people. It's pure projection.
It is.
the good guys, and then you've got people like me who are seen as the bad guys. And I'm not saying I'm anyone's saint, but I still spit truth. I spit facts, dude. You know, I'm as real as they come. And I ain't no goddamn e-beggar either. That's for damn
You
sure.
do that.
This
You do
guy was
e-bag.
crying.
By your own definition, you e-bag.
Man, not even like a year ago. This fucking piece of shit.
And I don't think you should like complain about e-bagging if your entire existence, like if you go into the black every year when you get $60 for Christmas so you can buy a Nintendo Switch game. That was literally your goal for the year, was waiting for your $60 Christmas money to buy a Zelda for the Switch.
Which, by the way, he's talked so much shit about Nintendo. All it took was someone to give him a free Switch. Now he's back on
Of course.
with Nintendo.
He talks about everything he can't have.
Was crying because he had to sell one of his NASCARs.
It's cope to the umpteenth degree.
Good night, bro. NASCARs that your fans bought you. You know, even though he would still have one really,
everything you have was bought by your parents.
Really great car left. He was crying because he had to sell one of them. It was the most fucking pathetic thing ever, dude.
You put a lot of work and a lot of miles on a car when you're a race car driver. You get attached to it. It's not like a normal car.
IMAX Jared strikes again.
I can't stand this guy for the life of me. But I just wanted to give you guys an update. You can tell he's getting desperate, dude. You can tell this guy's not doing well in life. You know, I think people are finally...
Cody literally bought one of the cars that his favorite race car driver drove. Like the same car, like the Altel car. I can't remember the driver's name, but it was the blue Altel car. That was like his favorite race car driver growing up, and he literally bought his car. Which is crazy. And those cars are expensive, you know?
Yeah.
Even used.
Sticky said that the other day Jared said he could get sex. He just had to get a girl really drunk. Was that a video he put out? It sounds terrible. Horrible. That is definitely grapey. That's that grape, don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Ryan Newman, number 12. The number 12 Altel NASCAR. Yep.
Look, bro, if you got a spiritual connection, doesn't matter if she's 4 drinks, 5 drinks, 6 drinks, 8 drinks in, 12 drinks, 88 drinks in.
All right.
Catching on to him. So now he's making up stories about getting robbed. This is how pathetic narcissists are, dude. So anyways, guys, just a short little 5-minute video for you today. What are your thoughts on this camel toe guy? Fucking Camelot. Camelot 331, bro. Hilarious stuff. Anyways, peace.
Anyways, peace. You come in peace, Jared. I'm going to put Billy on full screen really quick here. And I will be right back before we go to the post show in a few here.
West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where Jared should stay away from. If you guys are questioning reality, you can question me and I'll give you answers. It's literally the least I could do for you after sitting with us tonight for episode 1099.
That's like a tax form, by the way.
That's a tax form, by the way. Ben says off the microphone. Yeah. Something about if you give Texas girls enough whiskey, they'll do anything. He. Yeah, that's creepy. That's creepy. If you give Texas girls attention, they'll do anything. Is that creepy? Is it my fault that my attention is intoxicating? Lord Magicus says, Billy, do a rap. You sure you didn't spell something wrong there? How'd you get that sweet fucking voice, Ark says? When I was young, I used to think my voice was a little childish. So I started to speak and enunciate in ways that I felt were more powerful. And I think that I just gave myself the golden voice. I can't help it. Plus, I wanted to be a rapper when I was like 16, 17. So I started pitching and tuning my voice for that. You know how it is. I do have a bitchin' voice. Man, anything described as bitchin' is dope to me. If something's bitching, I don't care. It's like, hey, my girlfriend's bitching. I don't care how she's bitching. I like it. Obviously, she wouldn't be bitching for that long because my pimp hand is way strong. You're saying Billy not do a crap? Oh, crap. Okay. It's not the word like rap I was thinking, you sicko magicus. Excited to have you on Thursday. Son of Mouse for Cheryl says, I've been watching Drunken Peasants since 1965. That was a good year. Still a newbie. Goldie Fawn, welcome. It's like one thing about Drunken Peasants is you can jump in at any time, and we'll be telling the same jokes we were telling on episode 1. That's the commitment we have to nostalgia. Nobody can skip DP's Thursday show. It's imperative you all watch. You've been watching Drunken Peasants since 1492. Well, yesterday's Columbus Day episode, would have been perfect for you. Netra Amorosi. Stealing from chat. A lot of times chat accuses me of stealing from chat when really I just thought of the joke first. But then oftentimes I do steal from chat too. But I don't call it stealing. I call it blessing the chat. I take your words and I give them meaning. I give them longevity. I put them into a vocal connection with the audience and they ascend at that point. They go from just being murmurings in a textual form to golden voice God speak. You are but the conduit for greatness. You know that. You all have your place here at Drunken Peasants Podcast. You all have your place. Immortalize us, Reverend Veritas. I do my best. I hold you closely, Tiny Dancers. Tony Danzas. I have an spiritual connection
King Billy
with your
keep
8
his
words.
Pimp hand strong, but Des hose in order.
Yeah, Jay, you gotta keep them in order, Mighty Five. You should see. You know how you know your pimp hand is way strong? You know how you know? Just the thought of it. The thought of it leaves a little smell, a little sniff. That's nasty. That's nasty. Y'all nasty. Roger Wilco, give me your consent for plagiarization. But I just assume consent when it comes to the chat. I assume you guys want me to take what you say and make it funny. Sometimes I give you guys credit, but that's only when I have a killer follow-up joke for your joke. I'll be like, Gage Paragon says, hold me closer, Tony Danza. And then I'll be like, who's the boss? Who's the boss now? That's when I'll give you credit. That's what I'll give, just when I know I'm going to follow up with some fucking ace wordplay. Because I'm sick. I'm gross. I'm 100%. Always trying to steal the show. Sometimes my fingerprints are all over it. Take me with you. The Ascension's here. Sometimes he assumes consent and dates too. Oh, by the time you're sitting down at the table with me, consent is more than implied. I'm easily the sweetest boy.
See you soon.
Egghead Show. Thank you for the love, Egghead.
Right,
Thank you, everybody, for the support tonight. We started tonight's episode very low. Yesterday's Monday episode was not the fruitful episode that we often lead off with.
Yeah.
And coming in today, we've gotten 10 times the donos today. Over 10 times.
I do have a quick Actual Mania promo that came in, and we'll watch this, and then we'll go to the post show. Here it is.
What?
Oh, I didn't hear you fellas come in. You caught me here in my garage shuffling up a deck of regular cards. Now you may be asking yourself, Star Spangled Luchador, why are you playing with regular cards? Well, we all know how good Lord Magicus is at magical cards. And I'm going to prove to you, right here, right now, that I'm just as good, if not better than him, with regular cards.
Okay.
How good am I? Well, let's just take a look at what happened off a freshly brand new, freshly shuffled package of regular cards. Oh, well, it looks like we got here ourselves a royal flush with a blackjack. Can't beat that. Whoa, doggies!
Wow.
Whoa, doggies.
So that's it.
That's a really good hand. I don't know how he was able to pull that off.
It's almost like he did it before he filmed this.
Oh, nah. There's a Joker under his mask. I don't know if you guys caught that. That Joker under the mask makes me think that the Star Spangled Luchador is not as serious as he claims to be. Is he a Joker?
Damn.
Is he a smoker?
Midnight Toker.
Is he Maurice?
Wow. All right, we're going to go do the post show. Everyone that wants to watch it, just sign up, Patreon, $10 or more, and you can come with us, and we'll all watch it together, and it'll be fun.
Come on, come with us. $10 and above, shake your wangers.
See you there.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet. Gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.